Today we're looking at what I call Aquamation, and we start with a song. Toro bum, toro bum, toro bum. Anyewe keme dinautum kinin dai, kinin benedin fem, kinin quo. This is just talking about the might of God in the Bible. And Aquamation is actually another way in which people, pay their last respect. Of course, we know burial is a more traditional way. When the ground is dug and someone is put in a coffin and buried, and then cremation is becoming big, so that even some people are also preferring to be cremated. Although when you are cremated, I don't know how you can still be an ancestor in an African context. But I think the newer, greener way of going about, the final farewell is what is called aquamation, and I quote, "The body is submerged in an alkaline solution in a metal chamber and heated until it dissolves. This leaves only the bones, which are baked and ground to a powder to be returned to the family." That is aquamation. But of course, we also know, like a recent sad case here in Namibia, where a child was grabbed by a crocodile. Alligators have also been known to grab children. So no matter how one departs, because maybe one is eaten by an animal, or it's aquamation or cremation or burial, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, there's going to be the resurrection. And we see this in 1 Thessalonians 4:16. "For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trumpet of God, and the dead in Christ will rise first." So even if you were eaten by an animal, or you departed in any other way, some of the ways that we've mentioned, eventually everyone will arise with a glorious body. Because Christ set that example. In 1 Corinthians 15:21, the apostle writes, "For since by man came death, by man also came the resurrection of the dead." That's talking about Christ. "For as in Adam all die, even so in Christ all shall be made alive." All of us are going to be made alive. We are going to have glorious bodies, particularly for those that have come to know the Lord. And so you want to look forward to that particular glorious dawn. And the way to go about this is to make a commitment to the Lord and start to live for him.